What? What? On your mark, ready, set, let's go.
Good day, everybody. I'm Nick from NicksVegasPicks.com, and today I'm going to talk about the golden rule of sports handicapping. Now, the golden rule is one that you'll want to abide by at all times when sports handicapping. This can get difficult, though. In times of desperation, you might reach trying to dig yourself out of a hole. You might bet on games that the golden rule does not apply, or take the reverse of that in times of so-called hot streaks when you've hit 3, 4, 5, 6 straight. You might not abide by the golden rule, but I encourage you to abide by the golden rule at all times. What is the golden rule? The golden rule states, don't ever bet unless you think you have an advantage. Again, don't ever bet unless you have an advantage. In other words, if the probability of a certain outcome is greater than what the odds would imply, then you should take that bet. If the probability of a certain outcome is greater than what the odds would imply, then you should take that bet. It might get a little confusing, so let me give you an example. You and I are going to play a game. We're going to flip a coin. The outcome of that flip determines who wins. You have heads, I have tails. We're each going to throw $10 into a hat. So you throw 10, I throw 10, therefore we have $20 total. It's a little sloppy of a 10, but it's a 10. Again, you have heads, I have tails. What is the probability that you win this event? Well, there's one possible outcome, heads, in which you'll win, and two total possible outcomes, heads and tails. So therefore, the probability that you win the event is 50%. 1 divided by 2. If the probability of the event occurring in which you win is 50%, then what should the odds be? And the answer to that question is even money, or 1-to-1. And why is that? Well, in order for it to be a fair bet, if two contestants compete, over the long run, net, neither one would win, neither one would lose. Each one would come out breaking even at 0. So if you and I played this game 10 times, we would expect that 5 times it would be heads, and 5 times it would be tails. Out of the 5 times that it's heads, you were going to take $100 total. But you've committed 50 of those dollars. You had to play 5 times, it cost you $50. $10 each time. So really 50 of that 100 is what you put in, so your winnings are $50. Now, the other 5 times we would expect that it's tails. And out of those 5 times, I would as well take $100. But I have committed 50 just like you did, and therefore I have won $50. Well, if I won 50 and you won 50, you won your 50 from me, I won my 50 from you, net, we both break even. So therefore it is a fair bet. Again, one more time. We run this flip one time. You put in 10. I put in 10. And say we flip the coin and it comes up heads. Then you're going to win. Well, you're not going to win. You're going to receive $20, winning 10. Therefore, you risk $10 by putting that 10 in the hat to win 10. So your odds are 10-10, or simply 1-to-1, or even money. So again, that is a fair bet. And over time, we wouldn't expect you or I to win over the long run. Now, how could we make this game in which one contestant would have an advantage? Let's do this. Let's say that I throw in 30 and you throw in 10 for a total of 40. Again, we run it 10 times, expecting 5 times would be heads, 5 times would be tails. Out of the 5 times that it turns heads, you take $200 total. 5 times 40 is 200. You've committed 50 total, though, 5 times 10 being 50, so you've won $150 total. Out of the 5 times that it turns up tails, I am again going to take a total of $200, just as you did, but this time I have committed actually $150. 30 times 5, which is 150. Therefore, I've only come up $50 on those 5 flips. So net, you would be a winner. We run that game 10 times, you would expect to win $150. I would expect to win 50. Well, therefore, you would expect to win a total of $100. You should take this bet as many times as possible. This is an example, an illustrative example of the golden rule. And again, the golden rule says, don't ever bet unless you have an advantage. Well, where is your advantage here? Your advantage is simply you have a 50% chance, oops, sorry, not a dollar sign. You have a 50% chance of winning this bet, yet you're getting paid 3 to 1. You're risking $10, winning $30. That reduces to 3 to 1. The true probability of the event occurring is 50%, yet you're getting paid odds that would suggest the true probability of this event occurring is less than 50%. Therefore, you're betting when you have an advantage. Again, odds of 3 to 1 implies a less than 50% chance of the event occurring, even though you and I both know that there is a 50% chance of this event occurring. So you should take this bet as many times as possible. Here at Nick's Vegas Picks, this is exactly what we try and do each and every time we bet. We bet when we think we have an advantage, and over the long run, we expect to make money because we have a greater probability of winning than what the odds would imply. So you stick with the golden rule, and you stick with Nick's Vegas Picks, and keep drawing crooked lines just like that one, and I guarantee that you will be a winner over the long term. Thanks for joining us. I'm Nick with Nick's Vegas Picks. Until next time.
Crib for my mom on the outskirts of Philly. You trying to flex on me? Don't be silly. Getting jiggy with it.